Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back if this is not your first time here. My name is April, this is Plan with April, and I'm actually not planning today. I am setting up a brand new composition notebook to be my new planner, or new budget planner. Originally I had purchased, let me see if I can smudge this out a little better. Originally I had purchased a Clever Fox budget notebook, like a book from Amazon, and I started going through it and I was trying to set it up to reflect what I wanted it to look like. And to be perfectly honest with you, it's not everything I need. So I am gluing my pages together, every other one of them, so that I can not have any ghosting or shadowing. I'll be using the Pen Gear pen on this paper, and it does ghost a little bit. The trick to this is just to go every other page and not get too sidetracked, which we'll see how that goes because I'm also chatting while I'm doing this. Hopefully it goes well. If not, it's just a composition notebook. They're $1. It's not that big of a deal if I mess it up. So anyway, this was the Clever Fox, and I do love it. It is a beautiful book, and I think eventually I will move into it, but I am back budgeting for the months of April and May to get just a really good idea of what we spend our money on, because I tried to go back to just the month of May to see, what we had spent money on. And the truth of the matter is we had a little bit of unexpected travel costs that we incurred also. So it was kind of an unrealistic budget, and you could argue, and I know every month we're going to have something come up that maybe wasn't expected in the budget, and I totally agree with that. But I want to have a really clear picture. Hi, my name's April. I have a problem ordering from Amazon, and I need to, first of all, get a real picture of what I'm buying and why I'm buying it. And I know this may sound really extra is probably a good word for it, but I want to know if it coincides with anything else in my life. Hear me out. I am an emotional eater, and for the last 3 months I have been tracking my food and my feelings and what I'm eating, when I'm eating it, just to see how everything as far as my body goes is trucking along. Like, I'm trying to lose weight. I know my cortisol levels are super high. I'm trying to take, more time off from work instead of feeling like I have to be there all the time. So I am trying to do that to lower my cortisol levels. I had Wes, he's helping me do a garden because I feel like that is really good for my soul. And it gets me grounded because I'm in the dirt. And I know that's something I need. So I'm taking all of these different steps. I'm meeting with my physician. I'm hoping to get an appointment with a dietitian and a nutritionalist so that I can, figure this out. But I think part of this is I'm also an emotional shopper. I'm an emotional purchaser. So I want to be able to go back through the months of April and May and really dissect what it is I was spending our money on and when I was ordering, so that I can figure out how to either, recognize or be more aware of my spending habits when it comes to my emotions. I had a loss, and I think that we lost my grandma. I think that definitely had something to do not only with my eating, but also my spending. So that's why I want to go back 2 months, because I think if I just did 1 month, then obviously there's going to be some telltales of emotional spending, right? But if I go back 2, I'm not going to have that exact thing to, and I don't want to say excuse me, because that sounds like I'm trivializing it, and I'm not. I want to figure it out because I do chase the dopamine. Like when I place an order on Amazon, it is an instant, like, yes, I can't wait to get this. And I don't know about you, but Amazon for me used to be, you know, it ships out and it'll be there tomorrow, regardless if you ordered it like 7 in the morning or you ordered it at 3 in the afternoon. Amazon was like on it like Bluebonnet and you received it the next day. Lately, when I've done my orders, it'll say that it's shipping and I'll get it the next day, but then I'll get a delay notification from Amazon saying that it's running late, they apologize, the driver ran into something or an error or, you know, whatever it is, and it won't be there until X. Ooh, just smell burning. I think somebody's probably burning their weeds. Hold on, let me shut my back door. Oof, that is strong. I didn't realize it was a burn day. Yowzers. Okay. So anyway, that dopamine rush that I used to get from Amazon, because it was like the next day and it was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, is sometimes now kind of a meh, because it's not the next day. And so by the time I get whatever it is that I ordered, a lot of times I'm disappointed and realize I really didn't need it. And instead of just sending it back, you know, I put it on my desk or, you know, whatever. But it's not the same as it used to be, I guess is what it is. So I just wanted to get on here while I was gluing my pages, getting ready to delve into expenses and things that I've ordered and why I've ordered them, and maybe coinciding those with my eating habits and my emotional habit or my emotional feelings, seeing if all of it coincides. And I can pretty much tell you, I know it will, and that's why I'm doing it, because I need to see for myself, you know, how am I gonna get my life in order? You'd think as a kid, I always looked at adults, especially people that are my age that I am now, and thought, oh my gosh, they have life all figured out, right? You're supposed to, by the time you're what? Depends on how old you are now, but by the time you're, we'll say 40, right? Because I'm older than 40. By the time you're 40, when you're younger, you think you've got it all together. You know, you're a parent, maybe you're a grandparent. You've got it going on. Like, you've figured out what meals you're doing every night. You figured out how to pay all your bills. You're not late on anything. You know, you don't live above your means. You travel whenever you want to travel. I mean, that's what I imagined adulthood was going to be like. I can tell you, you never figure out what you're making every night. And I wish somebody would have told me that as a kid. Like, you were going to be responsible for picking dinner every single night of your life after you move out of your parents' house. And if somebody would have told me that, I would have been like, oh my gosh, I better start saving recipes now. I joke about it, but I mean, it's not wrong. It is definitely not wrong. So yeah, comment down below. Let me know. Do you think there's a correlation between spending and how you're feeling? Do you have the same experience with Amazon, that it used to be super, super fast and now they're like, well, we ran into a little glitch. Come back in 4 days if you haven't received the product and we'll give you a full refund. And they've always been good about that. I have no qualms against that. The other thing I know I need to keep an eye on is my grocery pickups. It's really convenient for me to place an order for grocery pickup, but there's a minimum. So you must meet the $35 minimum or they charge, right? So a lot of times I don't need $35 worth of groceries. So what do I add on? Composition notebooks, pen and gear pens, you know, the little things that over time are definitely going to add up. And the reason I'm delving into all of this year, this is like this year's goals, is to get finances in order and figure out, you know, my weight and get my weight down, is because instead of retiring in 14 years, I would really like to retire in 7. I would like to cut that amount of time in half and retire early. I have 2 amazing grandchildren, and I want to be able to spend a lot of time with them. I want to be able to, be with Wes and we go pick up the grandkids from, wherever they're at. from school, from, you know, go watch their games, go watch swimming, whatever it is that they're doing. I want to be available for that. I want to be able to go and do and, you know, support them. So that is the biggest thing. That is the biggest motivator behind this whole budgeting, this whole eating better, this whole getting into shape. Ugh, I say getting into shape. Exercise is such a naughty word to me. Not a fan of it. So that's really where I'm coming from. And I'm excited, and I know darn well once I start going through our finances, I'm going to be like, you know what? I am definitely the problem. Wes is not the problem. He does not frivolously spend any money. Like, he's got hobbies and stuff, but he is not a frivolous spender. He's not an emotional spender. So in that aspect, he definitely has it. He has adulting down. Just don't ask him what's for dinner, because he's like, I don't know. And he'll just stare blankly in the cupboard. Actually, that's not true. I have to give him credit on that too. He is really good at staring at the cupboard or into the cupboard and then coming up with like this amazing casserole or surprise dinner using what is in there. He could totally do his own YouTube channel on what's for dinner, looking in the pantry and the freezer. He's really good at that. And I didn't actually start cooking until well into our marriage. So to be fair, I haven't chosen all of the dinners the whole time we've been together. But again, that is such a chore. Tell me if you struggle with that question. What's for dinner? I don't know. And there's only 2 of us. Like, I don't have to, like, my mom had to create a whole dinner for many people, not just her and my dad. So, Mom, shout out to you. You did an excellent job while I was growing up, making sure that not only was there good food on the table, but we had variety. Like, I don't remember as a kid not having variety of food. We didn't eat the same thing every week or anything. So I think that's why I hold myself to a little bit higher of a standard, is I know what I was used to as a kid. I don't know any different. So I know. Isn't that weird? Interesting and weird all at once. Also, gluing these pages together is a little relaxing. I'm not even going to try to lie. This is kind of nice. Although, I think, hold on, I got to smush these because I think I did this a little bit backwards. And if you've ever done your pages, you're probably looking at me right now thinking, April, you did it backwards. I know, I caught it. It's because I was chatting. You always want to go from the middle out, and that way your middle is actually the middle. So let me just cruise through these. And we'll see if we can middle crease the other ones really quick. Come on. There it is. I was going to say, it's going to be ornery. Please don't be ornery. Hopefully this will stay wet for just a couple minutes. Bum, 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 bum. How nice is it to have Wes back? I know I say that, and this is only a single view video. I'm sorry. But I didn't think he wanted 2 views watching me glue the pages together. I mean, that's like almost watching paint dry or water boil. Almost. Anyway, I'm thrilled he's back. I missed him. Not just for video editing, but you know, after, I don't know, we've been together over a quarter of a century, more than 25 years. Yeah, been together a while. So when he's gone, I definitely notice it, and I definitely miss him. He's definitely my better half. I tell people that, and then they meet him, and they're like, no, we love you, we think you're great. And then they meet Wes, and they're like, oh my gosh, he really is your better half. And I'm like, I know, I told you. He's amazing. Like, everyone loves him. He loves everyone. He's just a kind person. And I can say all this because he's not editing this one, so he won't hear anything that I say. So I'm not like buttering up to him, I promise. He won't even know I've said all these nice things about him. Although I tell him all the time how much I appreciate him. He's just a good guy. He's just a good man. and the garden he tilled up for us. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I cannot wait to grow our own food and be able to can it and freeze it and dry it. I've got black beans, kidney beans, northern beans, pinto beans, lentils, all ready to go into the garden, be planted, and then harvest them so that we have food storage for the year. This will be our first year doing it, so I'm also really excited to see how much we're going to save on our food budget. Some of the biggest items we order at the store, I think, is going to be like canned sauces. So tomato-based sauces, enchilada sauce, spaghetti sauce, marinara, pizza sauce, tomato, just regular tomato sauce for like chili and stuff. I'm also going to try to make some chili base. I've never made it before, but I'm going to try to can it so that we have that. Oh, it looks like I may have skipped a page, but that is fine. That is just fine. I'm going to put this on there because I'm going to knock it off my desk. Not intentionally, but unintentionally. I'm going to smooth this all back over. Perfect. Bum, bum, bum. I love these little dollar notebooks. They are so much fun. And I know, you could argue that I could buy a thicker page notebook so I didn't have to glue it together, but look what a good time we had just chatting while I glued all the pages together. So I feel like it was worth it. Hopefully you did too. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the notification so that when I fill in the budget, you're here and you see it. I hope you have the very best day. I love you. I so appreciate you, and I can't wait to chat. Talk to you soon. Bye.